Okay guys, welcome back from your Easter weekend. I hope you had a really great time. I know many of you have been missing your math work, so we're going to be back with a video. Today I'm going to do multiplying algebraic terms. So I'll give you some rules and some examples to practice from. A reminder for anyone, and there's about half of you out there and from the two classes, if you haven't sent me the work from last week, if you could take a picture with your phone and either send it to my EdSP or email, that would be great. Okay, let's get started. So multiplying algebraic terms. Okay, a reminder as well, to get the most out of these lessons for you guys, just as we would do in the classroom, please do pause when we're doing examples. I think if you watch the whole thing through, it's going to be a lot harder to do the questions at the end, and you won't be as prepared for grade 10. Okay, so that's my pitch for just pausing and trying the examples on your own before starting them up again. Okay, so the key to this is just, there's a bunch of rules, 3 really, and you're just going to have to remember them and then apply them. Okay, so first rule is this. I'll try to write all the rules out here. So when you multiply two terms, okay, terms, remember, that has a variable and a number often, that do not have matching letters. Matching letters. What you're going to do is you're going to multiply the numbers. Multiply the numbers and just combine the letters. Okay, so I'll give you an example for what that means. So let's say we had 4a times 2b. Okay, so there's an example. So we've got different letters, different variables. Okay, so the rule is, here's the first one, right? You multiply the numbers, and 2, you combine the letters. So what that would look like is 8 times 2, or sorry, 4 times 2 is 8, and then we just combine the letters. So your answer would be 8ab. Okay? When you have numbers written next to letters, letters next to numbers, there's no operation, nothing like this in between. That's telling you that you are multiplying. Okay? So between the 8 and the a is multiplication, and that's multiplication. You just don't write it down. Okay? This is how it's typically going to be written. You won't have very many cases where it's 4a times 2b, but basically this means the same thing. Okay? And on your worksheet that I'm going to send you today, the other way that this multiplying can be written is 4a, and I think on the sheet it's dot 2b. Okay? But that's telling you to multiply. Okay, so that's the first rule when you have different letters for your variables. Okay, if the letters are the same, so that's one. So when letters are the same, you add the exponents on the letters, okay? So let's say we have an example of x squared times x cubed. Okay, we are multiplying here, but when you're multiplying, the variables get added. This is a rule that we see a lot of mistakes on. Okay, so multiplying, it's the same letter. First, that's what you're going to check. Then you know I add the exponents. So that would be x to 5 to the power 5. Okay. So there's two rules. Lastly, and letters. So if there are numbers and letters, and in this case the letters are the same, okay, and letters, I'll put in brackets, that are the same, okay, you multiply the numbers, and you add the exponents. Okay, so to give you an example, let's say I had negative 3x times 4x squared. Okay, so the rule was to multiply the numbers. So negative 3 times 4, that's negative 12. And to add the exponents. Remember, when there's an x on its own, there is a 1 there. Okay, so it wouldn't just be 2. It's going to be 1 plus 2, so x cubed. Okay, so let's see if we can do a couple examples. I've taken a couple examples from the worksheet that you are going to be working on. Okay, so first one, A, so this is from today's worksheet. Okay, and then you can try them, check your answer, make sure you're on the right track, and hopefully it'll help you to get started with today's worksheet. So first one, A, is 4x times negative 2x, okay? And there's that dot. This is exactly how it's written on your sheet. So the rule is I've got the same exponents here. So I'm going to multiply the numbers. So 4 times negative 2, that's negative 8. And then I'm going to add the exponents on the variable. So this is a 1 and that's a 1. So that would be x squared. Okay. I do sometimes see people do this. They'll write negative 8 squared. They kind of drop that x. So be careful not to do that. Okay. B, 2x squared times, it's got that dot, 4x. Okay. Same variable. So I'm going to I'm going to multiply the numbers. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then I will add the exponents on the variables. So that would be x, 2 plus 1. That's x cubed. Okay, I'm going to do just a couple more just to make sure that you guys have enough to kind of go by. Okay, so C on your sheet. This time do make sure you pause it and give it a try before you check for the solution. So negative 4a times 3a squared. Okay, same variable. So we know our first step is to multiply the numbers. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And then this a has a 1, so it would be 1 plus 2, so a cubed. Okay. Okay, last one on your sheet that I'll give you the answer for, and then you guys can start. Today I am going to try and keep the lessons a little bit shorter. So this will be it for today, which will be Tuesday, Wednesday work. There'll be a new video for for Thursday, Friday work. Okay, so D is negative 6x, what is that, cubed, times negative 7x. Okay, so that's your question. So you're pushing pause right now, of course, and trying it on your own. So I go back to my rules. Multiply the numbers. So negative 6 times negative 7. A negative and negative multiplied are going to give me a positive, and 6 times 7 I believe is 42. X, and I add the exponent, so 3 plus 1, that's 4. Okay, that's your answer. So good luck. In the Etsy message that I'll send out, I will attach a worksheet, and you can Etsy message or email me any questions.